Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our last session in 21st century literature from the Philippines and the world. Today, I have here one of the best students in my school, Miss Lee, tutor Miss Lee. Say hi to everyone. Introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I am tutor Mishley and I'm excited to join you for our session today.
Yeah, so there you go. So, live po tayo na napapanood sa DepEd EdTech Unit Facebook page at Educational Technology Unit YouTube channel. So, sa mga kaka-tune in lamang po, don't worry, kakasimula lang. And please don't forget to hit like or any emoticon or emoji that you can think of and share this live stream to your family and friends. Now, I would like, Miss Lee, ito yung nagustuhan ko kasi may top 3 na tayo na early bird today at ang tagal-tagal ko nang nakabalik dito. Sobrang daming nangyari and I'm very happy that kahit nasa last session tayo, ay nakasabay pa rin tayo at nakapunta dito. So, Miss Lee, can you read some messages from our early birds today?
Okay po, so John Christian Miko po, good afternoon. From San Francisco High School, 11 gas, our
Yes.
Ferriols po. And then we
Mm-hmm.
also have good afternoon po, Enrico Dalupan and Enrico Manuel T. Dalupan Jr., grade 11 STEM, grade 10, Budget Castillo High School, Virgen de las Flores High School, Baliwag, Bulacan.
Wow.
And
Yes.
lastly po, good afternoon watching from Pasay City North High School, grade 12 ICT, si Joseph Conrad Bulaklak po.
Hello. So we have very familiar names here. We have Joseph and John Miko. So I'm very happy that both of them still stayed and kahit naka-sem break na yung mga tao, most of the people, nandito pa rin sila to learn with us. And Enrico, thank you for joining us as well. We're very happy that you're here. So sa mga taong feeling nila parang gusto pa rin nila chill or mag-relax muna kasi sem break, don't you worry, pwede po tayong team replay para sa episode po na ito. So don't worry, share po namin yung link ng video na ito. And now, Miss Lee, rinig ko, madami tayong pag-uusapan ngayon. Even if it's review week, we still have one more lesson to cover and that is on literary texts and authors from Europe. Tama ba, Miss Lee? Tutor Miss Lee?
Yes po, tama po.
Ayan. So, eto pala, Miss Lee, Tutor Miss Lee, share ko lang din sa mga viewers po natin ngayon. Ngayon po ay tinaguri ang Safer Internet Day or simply Safe Internet Day for children and cyber wellness for teachers. So dapat may S po yan, pero not to worry, ito po ay angkop sa Office of the Undersecretary for Administration Memo 0002200023. Tech Talk session mamaya po. Actually, it's ongoing 1 to 4 No, I'm sorry, 1 to 4 p.m. on February 12. So may culmination po tungkol dyan. So sa mga taong mag-join po sa event na yon or sa program, make sure to use either of the two hashtags or kahit both na po, hashtag Safe Internet Day at hashtag Itulay SID 202 or pwede ding 2022. Diba? Wishley, kayang-kaya naman yun, di ba? Ang dali lang i-type. Okay, so there you go. We also have one more. Wishley, ano yung pangalawang event natin na ina-anticipate sa month na ito? What is it?
So we have for the National Arts Month 2022, Sining ng Pag-asa. It will be done po on February 12, 19, and 26, 2022 at 9 a.m. to 12 noon po.
All right, that's good. And you know what? There are a lot of events in store for everyone. Let's say, for instance, from for kindergarten to grades 1 to 3 elementary learners, you get to hindi naman parang present, kumbaga, showcase your talents for music, for vocal solo. We also have TikTok dance for PE. For the arts subject, you have creative drawing, me and my abilities for kindergarten, grade 1, me and my family, me and my community for grade 2, and me and my region for grade 3. At meron ding for music pa rin, solo instrument for grades 4 to 6. Hip-hop dance under PE naman for grades 4 to 6. And arts naman, grade 4 poster making, grade 5 painting, and grade 6 photo essay. And finally, wow, daming contest, Miss Lee. Parang hiningal ako dun ah. For music, we have Virtual Himig Kundiman for grade 7 to 12. So, wow, I can't wait to hear the singing prowess of everyone. And of course, syempre, kung meron kanta, meron ding sayaw. We have the OPM dance exercise under PE for, again, grade 7 to 12. And finally, under arts, E-Kultura Rampa Feast ng Pinas. So, I'm sure there are announcements or there is a specific announcement that tells us who are the focal persons per event. So, kung makita na po natin yung announcement or kung di natin makita, just message us and we will send you the link para po makasali kayo sa National Arts Month. So, ayun po, two big events that we'll look forward to here at DepEd Itulay. Now, without further ado, let's begin with a quick recap. Ano nga ba talaga yung nangyari last week? Ako parang mga 2-3 weeks na ata akong wala, Miss Lee, pero I'm sure just like me, nakasubaybay din tayo sa mga episodes kahit team replay pa tayo. So, what happened last week? What was being covered by Tutor Joyce and her guest students or tutors?
Okay po, so I saw that yung pong discussion nila is about the North American literature po. So I'm sure po dun sa mga students na nandito din last week ay nakilala po nila kung sino yung mga authors at kung ano-ano pong concept yung mga pinag-usapan last week.
Oh, that's good. And you know what? I was trying to check the messages here. Hawak ko yung phone ko. Ang cute-cute ng pagkasabi ni Enrico na I miss you, Tutor Floor. Ako din. Miss ko din kayo. Ang daming nangyari sa life ko. Wow, dami daw. Oh. Apart from that, Tutor Joyce, oo nga, sayang wala si Tutor Joyce sa last episode. But I'm sure if there are succeeding na mga episodes naman sa senior high, pwede po kami mag-guest tutor. Wala pong problema yon. So, ayun po. So, Mary Ann, hello po ma'am. And of course, my friend ni Ma'am Loida Bacani. So, thank you for visiting. Alam ko busy ka din sa mga inset mo, pero I'm very happy. And Enrico even mentioned din, Tutor Miss Lee, na North America daw yung emphasis daw talaga nila last time. So, wow, ang galing-galing. So, we're assuming sobrang polished na yung English skills niya. Di ba, Miss Lee? So, let's have the milk for this week. Ano yung mga ina-expect natin sa episode na to? Konting kembot na lang last week na to. So, Miss Lee, go ahead.
So our competencies for today is first, identify texts and authors from Europe, and then write a close analysis and critical interpretation of European literary texts po.
All right. And what's good about it is, dito sa Itulay session natin, sobrang dami ng mga examples ng text at authors from Europe. And I'm sure yung team online class naman, yung mga teachers po natin sa 21st Century Lit, sila naman yung nagbibigay ng maraming task para mas ma-enhance yung critical analysis or kumbaga literary critics nyo, pagiging literary critics nyo sa iba't ibang text. So yan. And to be more specific, sa week na to, we're going to explore this time, apart sa text, na fini-feature per period, parang syempre dapat alamin natin ano yung mga what made European texts different from the rest of the text or literature sa iba't ibang mga continents. So, ano yung mga literary periods making all those parang sikat all throughout. And of course, under each period, recognize the author and their works and then critique their work. So, pwede tayong may mga suggested activities for that. Yung mga teachers sa 21st Century Lit, kayang-kaya po yan ipagawa sa mga students natin. And finally, appreciate the works. Kasi, Miss Lee, Tutor Miss Lee, I want to know if you'd agree with me. Ang alam ko, si European Lit talaga, sobrang dami, nanobra yung writers. Tama ba? Would you agree with me?
Yes po. I think po medyo familiar po most ng students talaga sa mga European literary works po.
That's good. Now, eto, quick literature concept of the week. Ito na yung last natin na literature concept of the week. So, Tutor Miss Lee, please take it away.
So for this week, we will tackle reform po. And now we will see two different definitions po. First, we have as a verb, reform means to improve by removing or correcting faults and problems. And then as a noun po, the act of improving someone or something.
Alright. So, meron siyang verb form, meron din siyang noun form. So, pwede siyang reform at reform. So, mag-reform, yun yung parang noun version. But to reform, that's the verb version. So, yung ano tawag nito, yung accent ka mo sa syllable stress rather, syllable stress, nag-iiba siya. Okay? So, here are sample sentences when the word reform is used as a verb. So go ahead, Tutor Rishley.
The program is designed to reform prisoners and then they want to reform campaign spending.
That's good. So nakikita mo talagang merong attempt to revise, to change, to make better, kumbaga. So wow, there you go. We also have as a noun. So Tutor Rishley, sige nga, share nga natin yung sample sentence for this.
So we have po, a group of senators are calling for reform of the nation's healthcare system.
Ayan, ang galing. So, we have additional comments from the... Oh, wow! Sir Enzo, hello po. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in or drop by. Thank you po. So, now, Tutor Mishli, ang maganda dito, we will focus this time on some famous tourist destination or mga infrastructure na sikat, famous nga kumbaga sa Europe. So, ano-ano kaya yung mga ito? Pwede mo bang tulungan ako to guess what these are? Kasi ano kaya yung unang to? So for the audience, viewers natin na suki, pwede pong itype po natin kasi malay natin, may pa-surprise pala si Tutor Floy at Tutor Mishley on the 15th. Kung makakaguess kayo una kung ano to. So, Tutor Mishley, anong yung parang konting clue para dito? Sobra, parang alam na ata ng lahat, walang di alam to eh.
So ito po ay sinasabi nilang one of the most romantic places to visit in the world. And as we all know po, siguro kung nanonood kayo ng Netflix series na Emily in, you know,
Nasabi na! So, ayan, si Enrico, siya na, ilista ko na, tinatype ko na talaga yung name niya. He was able to answer it, tama ba? So, this is, yes, the Eiffel Tower in Paris. So, good job, Enrico. Next one, Mishley. Tutor Mishley, ano kaya to? Saan to?
So this one po is a former temple dedicated to the goddess Athena po.
Oh,
Yan.
asan
So
kaya to? Go,
yes
go,
po.
go,
So
go, go.
if need nyo po ng clue, again, dedicated po siya kay goddess Athena.
Hala, ano kaya to? San kaya to? Nako, nakapunta ka na ba dyan, Tutor Mishley, while we're at it, while waiting for the answers? Were you able to visit the place?
Sadly po hindi. Siguro po virtually na lang po sa mga pictures.
Pero why not? Try natin. Malay natin in the future you'll be able to visit like our viewers. So check natin kung tama yung sagot ng ibang mangilan-ngilan nating viewers today. It's the Parthenon in Athens. So tingnan natin kung meron. Ay, okay, sayang. Pero okay lang, it's worth a try. I'm sure there are still others, few more na pwede nating i-flash at i-guess nyo. What's the next one, Shooter Mishley?
So this one po is a large amphitheater that hosted events like gladiatorial games po.
Wow, so anyone who'd like to answer? Sige na, type na natin. Ako si Joseph Humabol, oh. Hi, Ma'am Sue! Thank you for joining. thank you po. So, ayun, ano kaya to? Ang sweet naman ng mga tao, Tutor Mishley. Hindi tayo naka-plug masyado today kung na tayo yung dalawa, pero people are still coming in. Thank you po sa support. So, is it really somewhere in Rome, Italy? Let's check. Yes, the Colosseum in Rome. And kung titingnan natin yung mga movies, and even my friends who already went there, Tutor Mitchley, ang ganda nun. Yung parang dadaanan mo siya, basta parang ang ganda daw umikot. Nakabike ka, nakasasakyan, it's so beautiful. Even if it's in ruins, it's beautiful. So, let's have the next one. Ayan, Diyos ko. Tutor Mitchley, parang gusto ko ako yung magbigay ng clue. Halos lahat ng mga sci-fi na mga team na mga series, ginagamit to para daw napunta sa ibang dimension. Totoo kaya? Naniniwala ka doon? Tutor
Siguro
Wishley?
po need po nating i-try para po malaman kung totoo.
Okay, book your flight right now. I'll join you. So, tingnan natin kung tama yung mga sagot nila. Sige na, don't be shy. So, let's check. And the answer is a Stonehenge in UK. All right. And finally, ano kaya to? Susko, pinaka-favorite ko to kasi isa sa mga, may mga mangilan-ngilan na mga restaurants dito sa Philippines who are so inspired by this tourist destination na kahit yung mga baso na siniserve nila sa restaurants, nakatagilid din, just like this one. So, asan kaya yan? Come on, you guys. Kaya nyo yan. Tignan natin. So, Tutor Rishley, i-flash ko na ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. And here you go, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So, ayun. So, ang pagkakalam ko, parang every year, may certain number of inches na parang gaganon siya, bababa siya ng bababa. So, ayun. Pwede pa rin siya nasira. Amazing architecture. So, Enrico, wow! May score update siya. 3 out of 5. Nako, Enrico. At dahil dyan, may price ka talaga sa 15. So there you go. Let's have the next one. So eto, welcome to the European continent or simply Europe. Now, in terms of texts from Europe, ang maganda dito, ancient period pa lamang, marami ng mga ways on how Greek and Roman authors try to preserve writing or literature per se. Meron din silang, yung usual nilang nilalagay would be on religious beliefs. Kasi di ba alam natin sa time na yan, sobrang religyoso yung mga tao or they believe even in gods and goddesses, their philosophies in life, their history. Syempre, kasi yun yung age of parang uso din yung exploration sa time na yon, early until yung mga medieval part. So tingnan later, makikita natin. Another would be, there are a lot of epics shared kasi maraming into adventure. There are also tragedies being shared, lyric poems, and of course, comedy. Alam nga naman puro drama, dapat may happy din na part. Now, in the ancient period, history, na-mention na yan kanina, a part of listing history is really scribing the life of people. So, biography nila. Satire, so parang uh, may comic relief pero nagiging sarcastic tayo in a way kasi parang ginagawa natin katatawanan yung parang dark realities of the society. Parang, yeah, there's irony involved. And prose narrative. So, mga sentences, paragraphs, lahat-lahat yun. Okay? So, we're really telling a story as early as the ancient period. What are the influential works during that time, Shooter Mishley? Ano kaya?
So we have po the Iliad, the Odyssey, and Homer po. For those who are fans po talaga ng mga ancient literary works, I'm sure po na familiar po sila sa mga ito, especially po yung the Iliad and the Odyssey po.
Yes. Ako, gigil na gigil. Homer is really a brilliant writer kasi when he wrote or produced the Iliad and Odyssey and there's, yeah, few folks translating it and all and so on. Gigil na gigil ako sa character ni Agamemnon. Ewan ko kung naalala mo pa siya. Iritang-irita ako. Pero again, sa buong junior high school years nyo, I'm sure you've loved and appreciated and even cringe sa mga actions ng mga gods and goddesses featured in the Iliad and the Odyssey. We also have Ovid, yung version naman niya sa Roman version ng mga gods and goddesses and yung mga people during that time. So, yung title ng work niya, The Metamorphosis. Okay. Now, let's move on to the medieval period, belonging to the Middle Ages. So, it was established during the Byzantine Empire from the period following the fall of Rome until sa time na talagang parang 'di ba dati parang mahilig tayo kung sa old times we really love our languages or vernacular literatures. Kaso dito nagfe-fade siya hanggang sa wala na talaga. So ganun yung parang ang laki ng coverage ni medieval period. And in terms of influential works, we have the Beowulf, Nibelungen Lied or Lead, tama ba? Oh my gosh, nakalimutan ko yung pronunciation. Tama ba ako, Tutor Mishli?
Yes
Okay.
po.
Ay, nako, namali ako. Dapat i-make sure natin kasi baka i-crucify tayo ng viewers natin. Kahit ako nawawala sa utak ko. But nonetheless, this is pronounced as Nibelungenlied. Nibelungenlied. So, yun. So, and the third one would be Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales. So, nakakatuwa yung mga monghe dito at yung mga taong bida sa story na to. You can really see a lot of life coming from these works. And if you're not really interested with, kasi may iba sabi na, naku, old English, halos lahat dyan, ayaw namin. Meron pong mga available na books na nagtra-translate po into current or modern English para mas makuha po natin yung translation, magets natin yung meaning behind the words. Pero syempre, let's also attempt to learn few of the old English words kasi highly similar naman din or galing na derived doon ang mga current words that we're using right now. Now, ang dami ko sinabi, Tutor Mishli, Renaissance period. Anong meron dito?
So in the Renaissance period po, this is where we talk about the rebirth or revival na po nung parang kung dati po sa Middle Ages ay nag-fade na po. Pero dito, muli po nating binubuhay. We are reviving po the literature. That is why it is called po the period of transition that left behind the medieval ways of the past and launched the society towards a modern world.
All right, very good. And ang nakaganda dito kasi syempre, di nawawala yung exploration stage ng mga tao. A lot of scholars during this time, they tend to search and translate lost ancient texts. So, nakikita natin yung effort to preserve literature. So, yun yung maganda dito. And of course, as we preserve literature, there are also new forms of literature that are born. Written short stories, novelas, or shorter novel, yeah, shorter version in novels and tales. Okay? And of course, ito yung mga sikat po na works and authors during this period. Petrarch. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng, ewan ko kung narinig mo yung Tutor Mishli, yung Petrarchan na na arrangement sa poems. Ewan ko kung nakita mo yon. Pero I'm sure as the lessons progress sa 21st century lit or even creative writing in other related English subjects, talaga nadidiscuss yan ng todo. We also have Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince. Sobrang sikat yan. Nasa Netflix if you want to see. Merong film version. Next, Tutor Mishli, ano pa? Go ahead.
So we also have for the works of John Milton, Paradise Lost, Miguel de Cervantes, Don Quixote, and Dante Alighieri, Divina Commedia or Divine Comedy po.
Okay, thank you. So again, ito yung mga common ones pero hindi na tayo, sadly, ang ibang mga students, hindi na familiar dito. Ang ganda kaya ng Don Quixote. You should try reading it. Oh my gosh, it's one of the best. So, next, we also have this one. Ako, the man of the hour. Kumbaga, yung pinakasuki sa mga plays. Sino to? Tutor Mishli.
So this is William Shakespeare po. And most of his influential works na sikat po is Macbeth, King Lear, Hamlet, and of course, di po natin makakalimutan yung Romeo and Juliet.
Wait lang, question lang, Tutor Mishli. Nakita mo na ba si Romeo mo?
Hindi pa po.
Hanapin natin in the future. Graduate muna tayo. Anyway, just kidding. So, ayun na. Renaissance period yan, pag si William Shakespeare. Next, we move on to the Enlightenment period. From the word itself, enlightenment. Enlighten. So, there's reason, there's passion. So, etong dalawang to yung driving forces why people tend to write. So, may impulse, parang marked by, ito yung mga impulses, yung mga nagkakos, bakit ganadong-ganado magsulat yung mga writers during that time. Now, it highlights a celebration of ideas kasi ang dami na. Ito na yung mga panahon na maraming scientific discoveries. And then, yung influential works, yung kay Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Ganun na ganun yung pagkano kasi ganun yung pagka-pronounce niya. I tried copying it for several minutes pero di ko pa rin makuha. Pero more or less malapit na po doon. So his work at The Social Contract, Emily, and Confession, sobrang influential po during this time. In fact, meron pang iba, adventure stories. we have Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, and Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travel. So, meron din pong film version nun. Pero if you enjoyed the film version or adaptation, please try to read the book. Mas maganda po yun. And finally, Tutor Mishley, anong meron? Ay, ako na lang mag-explain ito. John Locke, an essay concerning human understanding. In a gist, sabi ni John Locke, yung tao, pag naglo-learn siya, nag-start siyang magsulat, para siyang empty, parang empty yung head niya the moment he or she was born. And kung bibigyan natin siya ng maraming information, tatanggapin at tatanggapin ng tao yon because ganun mag-work yung paano mag-understand yung tao. So medyo sabi ko, grabe naman, galing naman, pero ganun talaga. So that's just a theory that he had. So yun, ang ganda. Pero here's another. There's more. To. We move on to the Romanticism period. This time, people during this time saw the world as something organic, like a tree of life, full of verve, full of love. Usually, medyo ma-emote yung characters dito. They're living on the edge of or outside the normal society. Tama ba? Tutor Wishley, ganun ba? Para bang masasabi natin medyo dramatic yung mga characters dito?
Yes po. Siguro po parang yung mga emo kids po yung dating ng mga characters.
Oo. So, ayun, emo-emo. Pero hindi yung emo na parang dapat all black ka, hindi. Yung talagang kung problematic, sobrang problematic, parang ganon. So, ayun. And then influential works, eto, number one, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, Victor Hugo's Les Miserables, and then William Wordsworth's The Prelude. So, Diyos ko, beautiful, beautiful. Kung magaling yung mga works sa Renaissance, Enlightenment, mas talagang nagmarka yung sa Romanticism period din. Okay? And we move on to the next one. Tutor Michelle, ano kaya yung susunod na period? Can you help me? What is it?
Yung susunod po is the Victorian period. So, in the
Okay.
Victorian period po, it has a double-edged connotation dahil po, it was remembered for its strict social, political, and sexual conservatism and rich literary activity and reform po.
Oo, and nakuha tong name na to, of course, kay Queen Victoria. So, yun. Siya yung inspiration. Siyempre, yung sikat dito, yung mga Bronte sisters. Emily Bronte, Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre, and Wuthering Heights. So, ako, na-enjoy ko yung Wuthering Heights. Nakaya ko siyang basahin in one sitting. It's beautiful. It's simple. The story is simple, but it's really beautiful. Maraming aral na mapupulot doon. Okay? Next, we have Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson and Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest. So yun, ang dami. And next, Realism and Naturalism period. Anong meron, Tutor Mishley?
It reveals the dark realities of the middle-class way of life and the flaws of society po. So dito nakikita na po talaga natin yung realidad po ng ating society at hindi lang po katulad dati na medyo hindi lang yung problems ng mga characters, pero dito po, we are already talking about the real problems of the society na po.
Alright. And then, eto po, yung mga usual themes. Alcoholism, prostitution, adultery, labor strife. So, medyo mabigat. Totoo. Walang conceal na nangyayari sa genres na to. They're just being real. They show realities, the dark realities. Influential works. Sobrang sikat to. Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace. And of course, Charles Dickens' The Adventures of Oliver Twist. And we also have this one, Henrik Ibsen's A Dollhouse. Since our time is almost up, konting gist lang. So there's this mag-asawa, and then the female lead or protagonist, she's like a doll living in a dollhouse. Sinusunod niya lahat ng gusto ni hubby, and then kung pwede, perfect na perfect siya na wife, housewife and all. Kaso, one day, nagkaroon ng issue with the father, especially with money and other things. Nagpusot-pusot na yung problems ni Mrs. Doll. And then, medyo na-pressured siya, she wasn't able to get the support that she needs. Hindi lang financial, pati emotional support from her partner. So eventually, nung napuno na siya, she went out on her own. Sabi niya, I had enough. I had to leave this dollhouse. I want to be my own person. So, ganon. Nakikita yung challenges ng isang plain housewife or any other women who are struggling because of their inner and even external conflicts. Ayun. So, here's the next one. Modernism period. Second to the last one. So, aesthetics rather than societal issue. So medyo nagto-tone down na yung writing na to. Hindi masyadong, sabi nga ni Tutor Mishley, hindi na masyadong emo. What are the works, Tutor Mishley? Go ahead.
So for the works po, we have Virginia Woolf, A Room of One's Own, George Orwell, Animal Farm, and William Golding, Lord of the Flies.
All right. And then postmodernism period, ito na po yung currently, saan tayo? There's a mix of culture, there's fragmentation. Minsan, oh my God, ito na pala tayo na part. Ay, hindi yun magkasunod. Wait lang, meron pa. Parang unpredictable, kumbaga, yung mga narrations. There's even irony still, paradox even. So, difficult to define, difficult to decipher. Parang kailangan mo ng second glance para mag-gets mo siya. Pero, again, nagva-vary naman yun. Hindi big sabihin na ito yung common sa postmodern time na yan na all lahat ng mga genres. No. Meron pa ring adaptation sa previous na periods. So, influential work, Shooter Rishley.
So we have for Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Alan Moore, Watchmen.
Yeah, yung comics. Ako na-enjoy ko yung Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And a quick assessment. Nalapit na po tayo. So, eto, since sobrang lapit na po talaga, we'll just flash all the periods that we have. We have the ancient period, the medieval period, the Renaissance period, the Enlightenment period, and what's next, Tutor Mishley?
The Enlightenment period po, and then the Romanticism period, Victorian period, Realism and Naturalism, Modernism period, and lastly po, the Postmodernism period.
Ayun. So, since medyo mahaba-haba, okay, thank you, congrats po sa nag-recite with us. Since mahaba-haba yung topic natin, yung European literature, we decided na enough na po to na review or rundown ng lahat ng periods for this. So, if you wish to review more of the topics, don't you worry po. Tutor Mishley, Tutor Joyce, and I are just one chat away para po magbigay pa ng mga suggested readings para sa mga natapos po nating mga different types of literature sa iba't ibang lugar. So, yun. So, we're just a chat away. Don't you worry. Kahit tapos man yung session natin sa 21st Century Lit, andito pa rin po kami para mag-extend ng help. So, Tutor Mishley, oh my God, bigla nang na-flash. Sino kaya to? Sino to? Sige, Tutor Mishley, what is this award? Kasi rinig ko, best of the best daw. Sino kaya to?
So our most outstanding treaty for 21st century literature po, drum roll, ayun po, si Joseph Conrad Bulaklak. Ayan.
Ayan. So, well-deserved ni Joseph. In fact, at dahil dyan, Joseph, meron kang prize on the 15th, ha? Make sure to message us. Hindi lang si Joseph po yung makaka-receive, pati din po si Enrico Dalupan, si Mary Ann. I hope we could get your full name, my dear. Just PM us. And then, of course, si John Christian Miko. Kasi ito, isa to sa mga active students ni Tutor Joyce na parating nandito with us. Okay? And then, we would like to leave this quote po. Anybody can make history, but only a great man can write it. By Oscar Wilde. So I hope po, we hope na even if it's our last time to join you here at Itulay, that you've learned so much in the subject 21st Century Lit. Thank you so much po for joining us. This has been Tutor Floy, and with me is
Tutor Mishley. And we are glad po to make your last session memorable, and we hope lahat po na natutunan nyo from week 1 to week 8 sa first and second quarter sa 21st Century Lit ay naging fruitful. Thank you po.
so thank you so much, and please continue to stay tuned because subjects such as reading and writing and creative writing is still going to be filmed or rather streamed in a few minutes. So thank you po, and See you when I see you, or see you when we see you. Bye bye, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.